what does Zherka think about celibacy? Should young men practice it? I mean, I'm on semen retention. I think that's the reason I'm able to like that. I'm like feel like I'm in a flow state right now. I'm like 2 weeks of not like my
Yeah,
mom's
well,
watching, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I think everyone should talk about their own experience, right? That's the best way you can see if someone's lying, right? And because, if you give advice that you didn't go through, you don't have every perspective of it. For me, I didn't lose my V card till 21 years old. And
Wow.
I still think I did it the best way, even though I felt like such a loser and all that. Looking back, when I was 23, I was like, wow, I'm actually awesome. No wonder I'm here. And then these guys who lose it at like 16, they chase skirts for the rest of their lives. They ruin their shit. They ruin their psyches, right? So I definitely believe in celibacy for the youth. I just don't believe in antisocial celibacy. I still think you should be talking to girls and being a normal
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, like I feel like it's not that big of a flex to lose your virginity at like 16. Like I got like people that I know that are
Yeah.
doing that,
It's
and like
degenerate behavior. It's loser behavior.
no, it is 100% is. And sometimes I almost feel bad, like oh, like why hasn't this happened to me? But then I realize like if that happened to me, bro, that probably like throw me off fully. Like God doesn't want me doing that. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, like maybe they're better than me. Like they're getting all this action, I'm not. But at the same time, bro, like I'm in it for the long run. You know,
Based?
based is that actually based or like am I just like not able to
I
pull?
mean, I don't know if the chat's gonna agree with you, but me, since I waited till 21, I had some options around the age 19 and stuff like that. But I was very afraid too. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't a purity thing, but
Yeah.
looking back, I feel like a saint.
Yeah, and I feel pure too. Like I feel like my soul hasn't been corrupted with all that bull crap. Because like, isn't it like? Do you believe that it's like a soul exchange? Like when you have sex with like a woman or like a girl, you get like her trauma and her energy too. Like, what do you think? Is that actually like real? Like, it kind of sounds like schizo, but
Yeah, there's a lot of esoteric books and spirit science and anthroposophy, theosophy, and all this kind of stuff that talks about it in depth, even though they argue each other on some points. The way I see it is the woman, the man absorbs her essence and becomes courageous and more manly and all that, and but then it can't spiral into fiending for it, and the woman absorbs the intellect. This is why women are not that intelligent, is because intelligent nerds don't actually procreate with them, right? Like dumb jocks usually get the girls or
yeah.
chads, and they're not that intelligent. So the girls, the woman's side stays very low on intelligence. But I do think the being low in intelligence makes you better with kids. In when
Yeah.
you're high level in play, I mean, like they're good at the play. Because remember, when you're high in intelligence, you get irritable. You get very angry with kids and stuff like that. So, yeah, it makes them good with kids.
Mhm. That's facts. What do you say? What would you say is your biggest advice to like getting girls at my age? Because I wouldn't say I'm like bad with girls. Like I'm definitely not bad with them, but like, what do you think is like something that I could do that like help me? I think you said like doing my podcast is like a plus. Like doing what I'm doing is like good.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone could see the future, they know that you're gonna have a billion girls once you have your big following count. Because status is the biggest thing. Look at Fresh; even he gets laid sometimes, and it's because of the follower count he
Yeah.
has, right? That's why he'll buy followers sometimes. Status is huge. It gets them. It doesn't mean you sustain them. I think the best thing you could do is um, be around women who are about this kind of podcast stuff, and not on some partnership where you listen to them. But if you notice that a woman you're around or the girl you're around is ever benefiting your energy levels, you text her and then you feel like streaming more. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that you want to start dating in like 3 years or 2 years.
Dude, that's really good advice. Like kind of like an energy station in a
Yeah, yeah.
sense.
I always see that with friends too. Like, you can always catch yourself looking at your phone and being like, this friend is absorbing my energy like a vampire. And then this friend is making me want to just get active. That's how you should measure friendship. Because usually the nicest friends you have, the most kind ones, are the vampires. And the mean ones
Yeah.
kind of, they're, it's more fair, So be
What do you
careful.
mean by that? The nicest friends are usually the vampires.
Um, Meaning like you chill with them, you smoke weed with them, you waste your whole life with them, but you can never in your mind say they're wasting your life because they're so sweet and kind to you. So when
Yeah.
they're sweet and kind to you, you can't insult them in your head. But if I showed you that they're stealing 5 years from your life, you would freak out. It's like when I say to streamers, why do you stay with normies? Normies would never let Tyson walk into their office at work and just chill there all day. So why is Tyson letting them chill in his room all day, wasting his time? Tyson should be
Yeah.
around Needles, Sneakos, Zherkas.
Yeah. 100%, bro.
You
You're
know,
spizzing.
the world is an office, right? Never chill with
Mhm.
someone. Ask yourself, which office are you in?
Bro, you're spizzing. Ask what advice he has for someone who thinks they're in an eternal child archetype state, but trying to become an e-sex.
Yeah, for the eternal child archetype that flows through people, this is the largest one today. This is the biggest archetype that this psychological pattern of behavior. Um, this is the biggest one. This is why mental health is so low. This is why people can't get girls. This one, I mean, the answer is the one that makes your stomach twist. It's really you got to get out the house, get away from your friends. You got to be somewhere new, do some new shit to be a new person. You can never be your higher self being yourself. Yourself is damaged, it's weak, it's low intellect, it's stupid. You need to cut. Wherever you are, you need to cut from all that. Like me, I went from like doing stupid shit in nightclubs to, someone put me on a Twitch stream, and then I started staying with those nerds. I didn't like staying with them, but I said, guys, help me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, that's like, you're spizzing right now, man. You really are. What is going on? I have 1.3K watching on my stream on Rumble. There's no chance, bro. Do you think that there's bots on Rumble? I heard that there is like a bot problem.
Not
I
with
don't know.
me. Not with me. I'm the only streamer that's never bought it anywhere.
I'm viral, bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not botting either, but like the viewer count just seems
No,
like it's going
it's
up.
like you
Like
said,
crazy fast.
value. I'm known for interviews. This is like my wheelhouse, and we're talking about valuable value. We're adding value with comedy. I mean, this is the highest viewer stuff for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we are spizzing right now, bro. The people gotta clip this up because this is like even me, like I would benefit from the stuff that you're saying. I mean, I already am. So, dude, you're cooking. You're fucking cooking. What should I ask now? The F.
What should I ask now? He's fucking flopping on us.
No, dead air. 1.2K alive. I had so many questions wrote down, but like I already kind of like ran through a lot. I'm feeding off chat. Guys, send a super chat. What do you want me to ask Zherka right now? This is your chance to ask the man himself. But you have to send me a super chat to ask a question. Because it's like it's going so fast. I can't,
You
like,
want
see all
you want a
these
good
things.
tip? Anything you're doing in your mind, just say to yourself, every day is going to be like this. How would that feel like? So if Tyson got 2,000 viewers every day, how would that feel like? You calm down and then you go back to interviewing. But if you keep looking at your viewer count, you're going to always blank. Because if you ever make it in your mind like this is a new thing, that's actually bad. That's like scoring a goal and it's like, whoa, I just scored. Don't even celebrate the goal. Don't make it.
True.
Don't make that ritual happen. Just keep going.
That is actually true, and I've heard you say that before. And like, put yourself in the state that like you've already done it.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking
like
genius
fulfill.
little kid. This fucking
Like
guy's-
fulfill your desire. Like already like see it happen in your mind. Like wake up for your day like you're already a millionaire. Like you've already like accomplished the world. And then when it comes, it won't feel foreign. I think you said one time, if your wins feel foreign to you, then you're fucked. But like this doesn't feel foreign. This just feels like I'm finally starting to get into momentum. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like this shouldn't be happening or anything. I'm not tripping on it, but yeah.
Bro, you're talking about viewer count. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the viewer count.
Fuck.
Ask
All
your
right,
questions, dude. This is your job. Like, what are you doing, little kid?
Oh no! Now the pressure's really on. Okay, ask about Jesus. Yeah, how did you become a Christian? That's a good question.
Well, I had a lot of anger, and I would always watch religious debates, and I'm like, dude, I'll never get into this mythology, this stupid stuff. But I loved the Christians winning. It was who's the guy at Speaker's Corner? Who's the black guy from Toronto?
You
know who I'm
fuck.
talking about.
Is it like David something?
Yes, David Lynn.
David Lynn, yeah.
David Lynn I would watch, and I'm like, why am I rooting for this guy, right? I was obsessed with David Lynn content after doing some degenerate stuff in nightclubs, and that was like my cope, right? Because even Jung says like the alcoholic puts the spirit in the bottle. Even if you're not spiritual, you'll put it somewhere in veganism and something. And Christianity made the most sense because I'm like, oh, it's really talking about the self as well. That we all have like that cross to bear. We're all headed to the same demise. Makes a lot of sense. And then studying all that Freemasonic stuff and being around it in person. That's the first time I started believing the invisible world, spirits, the darkness, all of that. And then I'd have a lot of visionary states where sleep paralysis, psychedelic experiences without any psilocybin or any of that shit, just regular. Yeah, I had a lot of that. And also, I'm like the dreamy type, like the daydreamer type. Like, I see stuff even when we're talking sometimes. And like, I see stuff, to me, it seems like it's in the future or something, but I see things in colors like that. And so I'm like, all right, I'll give it a crack, and read the Bible. And I'm like, you know what? The biggest issue with the Bible is that it's not updated for the spirit of the times. Like, the spirit of the times is very red pill, so people aren't going to turn the other cheek. But
Yeah.
really, the Bible is not really about that, right? That's one verse out of a billion, right? You got to get the whole thing. And so when you update the God's word to what you're going through right now, it makes a lot more sense. But if you keep it like ancient, if you keep it like I'm never allowed to sin, any of that like Christian Gnostic, like be perfect, never do any of this, then it becomes kind of like childish. But if you see it as like as a spiritual coach through your life, it makes a lot more sense, right? And then you'll try and debate it, and you'll realize there is no opposing force, because religion is about steps towards God, and Christianity is your leg is broken,
Yeah.
and Christ comes down to save you. So it's not really a religion. It's very different, and yeah, it's transformative experience. It's the highest level confidence alchemy you can go through is the solar gate of Christ, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
facts. Have you ever felt like you're kind of losing your mind, like studying, like you said, you studied Freemasons, so much like mystical stuff. Like even sometimes I feel like when I go into this, I kind of get lost into the depths of my own mind. Like, have you ever felt that where you're like, whoa, like what's actually real? Like almost like a mini, not
Yeah.
psychosis, but like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think
dissociative state, right?
it's like what's real anymore.
Yeah, I think a dissociative state is why most people get into spirituality in the first place. That existential kind of like, I mean, think about it. If you can't answer who are you, where are you headed, you could have a Ferrari and you'll be in the depths of anxiety for the rest of your life. So it's the only questions you should ever try and answer. Like, who am I and where am I headed?
Yeah. I saw Russell Brand tweeted something. Heaven is a place for broken people. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's Russell Brand. I don't.
What does that mean?
I don't
Do
want
you
to
not like
interpret.
Russell Brand?
He's a fucking Satanist.
Is he really? I thought he became a Christian. I was seeing like his tweets and stuff. He looks like a Christian now.
He's a fraud. When you look into it, he's a fraud.
Yeah, I always kind of got like not to burn more bridges, but I always kind of got like a fishy vibe, like a
Yeah.
fishy feeling about Russell Brand. I don't know why.
I don't
My
even
dad
know,
loves him,
I
but
don't even know. I don't even know what Christian means anymore. Like, what does it mean to you? If Russell Brand is a Christian, I mean, doesn't he make stuff up? He like adds on his own stuff to it.
yeah,
I've heard that critique in the comment sections. I don't know. I got to look into it more. But all I know is he's been around some shady Epstein type characters.
100%. I've never actually watched like a full Russell Brand stream either. Like I always just like get bored with my mind. But I guess maybe he just doesn't speak to my generation. I'll follow you if you ask about anxiety. Yeah, like what is your opinion on anxiety? How do you overcome anxiety? And like what is your understanding of, like what anxiety is?
Hmm. Anxiety is anything that deals with the past, which is the slower version called depression, and then the anxiety is the sped up one, where anything to deal with the future. But they're both the same neurosis in different speeds or just motions, the different ways you feel it. And anxiety always comes from a lack of identity. You don't know where you're going. You don't know who you are, like I said, And control is the main thing. This is why a successful person has a healthier mind, because he has more control, he has more identity. You know, I don't have to wake up and go, who am I? I go, oh, I'm Zherka. I say racist thing, I say funny things, I pick up women, I make truckloads of money, and I get in a lot of trouble. I don't like all of that, but it's my identity, you know? And the ego is huge. The center point of consciousness, it's huge. It's what keeps you healthy. If Tyson didn't have this channel and interview all those people, who is Tyson? It's just another white kid in high school, right?
Yeah.
So these experiences shape your soul, right? These experiences let you sleep better. Now, what is the chat missing, or the internet world is, well, where is experience? It's, you know, you got to leave your room, or you got to join you went into the internet portal or somewhere different, right? You have to go on your Pokemon adventure if you want to grow your soul, and it's going to hurt, but it's going to be worth it. And identity is everything, right? Like you want, your main focus every day should be, if you died today, would they even, who cares what they say, good or bad, but would they even say anything?
Yeah.
So if they say, oh, Zherka's a fucking freak show, but you know, he converted like more than any YouTuber I've ever seen. And I'm the guy who proved it. You know, I have all the receipts. I post the receipt within I don't even read the fucking email. They're crying their eyes out. I just blur out their name and home address, and then I just post it. I always post them. And yeah, if the world does not remember you, you did not light a candle for anyone else. You did not bring anyone closer to goodness, which is God, right? And you didn't bring them closer into them choosing the Savior, right? So if you didn't do any of that, you feel useless. And there's nothing more traumatizing to even a piece of shit human than being useless, right?
Yeah.
This is why people with like 3 jobs, at least they feel useful, right? They feel great. Like I always say, whether you have a job or are unemployed, you're going to feel fatigue. It's just when you're unemployed, you're going to have mental fatigue, and it's worse. And there's no relief. That's why you should work your ass off. You shouldn't work your ass off because it's the right thing to do. You should work your ass off and sweat by the brow because it comes with relief. But staying, chilling all day, eating pretzels, that never comes with relief.
No.
Matter of fact, the food, you can't even taste the food anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't even,
Yeah.
the food doesn't even taste correct if you don't work.
You just feel like a piece of shit that's like not in motion, not doing anything. And I feel like I've kind of always been like almost a control freak. Like even like I smoked weed one time, and even that just like tripped me out. I felt like I wasn't in control of like my thoughts. Like my thoughts just felt like they're attacking me. Like there's been like scary experiences like
weed
that.
Weed is for losers. It's an opium, bro. It's meant to make you a loser. Let me grab a cigarette.
Why do you smoke cigarettes? Like what do you enjoy about them?
I think people smoke, drink, do all that stuff as like a baby bottle, right? Like to soothe them, like mommy's milk, or like like a baby wah wah. I think it's that, and because I don't think saying boredom is the correct answer. I do believe in, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I do believe in nicotine and caffeine. It's just obviously people abuse that stuff.